The Urban Dictionary defines the term soulmate as someone who is both a lover and a best friend. In essential, someone who completes you. Today on the show, we delve into that word soulmate and we ask questions around it. My name is Toke Makinwa. Welcome to the Love Lounge special. This is for the Royal Hibiscus Hotel, the movie. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the show. I'm joined by Saleh, because she corrected me, and of course the Super C. Naeto, you know I'm a stan, right? Hey, Naeto, let me tell you what. When we were at the 2017, at the whose show was it? I think Rhythm Unplugged. I was in front too.
Oh, you were there?
You did not see me there.
No, I wasn't.
I'm such a stan. Welcome to the show.
You, I'd have probably missed it.
I know you didn't see me because I was just there, just screaming, well, lighter, give me lighter, I'm such a stan. You don't even want to know. Just sitting here, it's like I'm just putting myself together. Like Naeto is right beside you.
Thank you. I feel.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Nice to have both of you.
Thank you.
Uwa looks very. Don't worry, we're going to dismantle all of this because today we're talking about soulmates. And let me just raise my hand to say, I don't believe in soulmates, but I'm going to let my guests talk about it. Do you guys believe in the term soulmates? What does it mean?
You know, I actually don't believe. I think the term soulmates, if anything, I think women use it more than men. I've never heard a guy use that terminology.
That's not true, Uwa.
I've never heard any guy refer to his.
A guy has told me I'm a soulmate before.
Well, guys will say it to women just because they know that you're gonna like you're gonna like how
so I think you want to hear it.
Yeah, but guys to guys, like guys don't walk around like man,
right.
I'm talking to this girl. I think she's my soulmate. They don't do that.
Really?
It is.
He's very right.
It is. I don't know if my friend had said that, I'd be like, this guy chill. Like,
what do you think we have? What do you think is the issue here? What do you think we have against the term soulmate? Is it that we don't believe that it's real? Uwa?
There are so many misconceptions. Like when people say that they are not married because they're waiting for their soulmate, and I'm wondering, okay, when would that person come? You know, I don't believe your soulmate, because in this setting, it's more like for probably partners, or maybe husband and wife, or boyfriend and girlfriend.
I mean, lovers, friends.
Lovers, yeah. So I don't believe that your partner must be your soulmate. For the people that are lucky that they found their soulmate, that's, I mean, good for them. But I don't believe, because a lot of people, they have challenges, especially in their marriages, because they are feeling like, okay, he's not my soulmate and all that. I'm wondering, okay.
But do you think that is because there's someone, because we have people who ended up with people who, there's somebody outside that makes their heart still beat.
Yes.
They have unfinished business with these certain people.
Okay, that's
and then they now begin to look at what they have as, you know, they continue to compare what they have to what they used to have.
You know, Toke, when you call someone your soulmate, I don't know how to define it, but the truth is, if you can truly understand the meaning of soulmate, I think you begin to understand what love truly means. You know, when you're quiet and you're not saying anything and somebody is just watching and they can actually tell that this is what Toke is going through. That is a soulmate. And sometimes it's not usually the opposite sex. It might just be your friend. No, I'm just saying that because the word is so overflogged and people just feel like, okay, because you're, the person is the opposite sex, automatically you must be my, I don't think so. There are friends that are deeper, their love is stronger, the connection is way, way much more, you know, than the ones that, the opposite sex.
I agree with you actually, because I said to you, Naeto, on the break, that I feel my sisters are my soulmates. I totally think that, you know, my sisters are my heartbeats. We are connected. It might be due to the fact that we lost our parents at a very young age. We share a bond that I see people and other siblings, and I don't think it's that deep. So if you are going by the term, it doesn't necessarily have to be a member of the opposite sex.
Yes.
I kind of agree with you. Now, we're going to go on a quick break. The conversation's just getting started, guys. I hope you guys are having a good time watching from home. We'll be right back after this. Do you believe that you can have multiple connections with certain people?
Oh yeah, definitely. I think you can have multiple connections with certain people. And it's simple because as human beings, we're in the process of continuous growth. And at certain times in your life, you need different things. You have different needs, you know. So, which is the reason why, you know, for some people, at every stage they had a boyfriend, you know, they felt that that was their soulmate, but or
do you
they
think
felt
it's a
that that
sex
was
thing?
their perfect. Well, sometimes,
Sex
sometimes, no. Sometimes sex is so important that it becomes a critical need within a relationship or for one side of the relationship. You understand what I'm saying? And like when you're 18 or 19, your first boyfriend or what have you, you feel he's your soulmate. And then you look back when you're 22 or 23 or 24 and you're like, how could he have ever been my soulmate? Okay, yeah, like this person, now this is my soulmate. And then you're like 29 and you're like, I don't know what I've been doing my whole life.
So is there a problem with you as a person, or is it that...
No, it's not. You're growing.
Your phases in life.
There are phases in life.
Yeah.
And the problem, I think, with the definition in itself is the insertion of that word completion. You know, when you, your experiences are supposed to get you to a point in life whereby, like, you decide to marry, you should have enough experience and hopefully built enough wisdom to make a discerning decision on who you want to spend the rest of your life with. You understand what I'm saying? When you feel like you're incomplete and, you know, you need this perfect partner that's going to complete you, you're already creating the wrong expectations.
Wow.
You understand? Because somebody can't give you what they don't have. But when you feel like, oh, there's this somebody who's going to come out and is going to give you, complete you or what have you, then you're already working at a disadvantage.
I'll share this with you. Someone sent me a quote of recent, and the quote said, you don't miss that person, you miss how they made you feel.
That's true.
Yes, yes,
and I thought, this is so deep on so many levels. We find many people who are stuck in certain parts of their lives, just as a result of what you said, because they feel like they're looking for something that does not exist.
It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist.
Does that mean that this ideal person we're looking for actually doesn't exist?
It actually doesn't exist.
Most times
I don't think so.
it doesn't. And sometimes, I mean, it does exist for some people, but not in the style that they're expecting.
Can someone grow into being your soulmate?
That's what we're saying.
Precisely.
You know, if you learn, because if you understand relationships, there will always be problems. So the idea that, oh, he's going to be my soulmate, in the head of the girl, she thinks there won't be any problem, everything will just be rosy. It's not like that. It doesn't work that way.
What do you think is the cause or the root problem? What causes women to feel...
It's too much meals and bones.
Meals and bones.
If you understand the concept that everybody has something like a flaw in them, you will learn to accommodate and tolerate. So relationships are meant for you to compromise at some point, for you to say, okay, you know what, this one I can tolerate, this one I cannot handle. Then you learn how to work through the process. You learn how to forgive. You learn how to love again. You know, so there are so many things.
Do you think that when you say learn how to love again, what does that mean? You stop loving at some point?
Yes, so,
well,
at some point you stop.
To be honest,
I mean, that's
the whole thing
reality
about a relationship, because maybe we might be becoming a little bit too intense, you know, in the sense that, you know, there are different classes of relationships, but the highest pinnacle in terms of like relationship between a man and a woman is marriage, right? Now, what you do have to understand is that you have to work at it. It's not just there, you know. Any kind of relationship, the most important aspect in any kind of relationship, whether it's a romantic relationship, whether it's a business relationship, is sacrifice.
True.
And it's sacrifice that brings relationship together. You understand? Now, to make the relationship work and to build on the relationship and make it functional and to grow in the relationship and continue to enjoy the relationship, you have to sacrifice. You have to build. You have to learn how to understand the other person.
You have to also learn how to unlearn certain things.
Yes, exactly. Because,
what do you mean by
because you come in with baggage.
Yes.
You know, your mind has been programmed towards thinking this is the way it should be. But when you are in a situation where you have to sacrifice,
and you now see the reality,
and you have to,
so you now begin to you begin to, what do they call it? Is it tailor it to your unique reality?
You have to lose a lot of yourself.
It's not hard work.
You have to lose a lot of yourself to accommodate a new person.
But you guys are talking at the marriage level, right? Because as a girlfriend, I think that if you're sitting there and watching Uwa and Naeto and you're trying to unravel your brain for a boyfriend,
no, but the truth of the matter is that if one is boyfriend and girlfriend, there's no commitments. I mean, let me not say there's no commitments, because you see, the problem with boyfriend and girlfriend is that you don't really know where the commitments might be.
The lines are blurred.
You guys might be, you know, together for different reasons at the end of the day.
I had a boyfriend when I was growing up, and nothing happened between us, but I realized that, you know, the connection is still very strong.
Even till today?
Not.
Well, hold that thought. Let's go on a break. Uwa is about to give us some confession. When we come back, the Love Lounge special continues. All right, now, because both of you are married, I'm going to have your last words on this particular one. What if you find, you think the person you're with is ideal, that's the person you're supposed to be with, but what if you find your soulmate and the person is not who you're married to? Last words.
You're looking for trouble now. Because
but it's possible.
The truth of the matter is that if you're married, one of the most important things about being married is fidelity, and outside things like self-discipline and being committed. Commitment and fidelity kind of like the same thing. Now, if you want to look, if you make it a thing to look outside to see whether there's anything interesting or what have you, you'll probably find interesting
life
things.
Happens. What if you're not
But
looking?
no, life doesn't happen. That's where life
He's
doesn't
talking
happen.
from the male perspective.
Look,
because life doesn't happen to a woman.
It's about self-discipline. From a man's perspective, it's like I'm okay. I'm content. For me to go out of my way, for that to happen, I'll have to go out of my way.
What about you, Uwa? Because let's be real, men think it's only them that have this. So when we talk about infidelity and men cheating, women also have needs. No, and sometimes, even in working in certain places, it might be someone
that
who is...
guy abroad is a very scary somebody.
All right, Uwa. Thank you so much for sharing that.
I mean, there are people that, that's why I say in marriage, since you asked about marriage, I think just keep building friendship. Try.
So even as you've been building since, if you still find that guy, something can still happen.
Auntie, I won't say anything again.
But this has been very interesting, and thank you for being so open. Thank you guys for coming, Naeto and Uwa. And I hope for those at home, if you're in the process of deciding, is this my soulmate, is it not? Some call it soulmate, some call it that person, some call it the one. Whatever you call it, just as long as you're realistic and you tailor-make your expectations, am I right, guys? To fit your reality, then you might be all right. Thank you to all our sponsors. We'd like to say thank you to the Royal Hibiscus Hotel, Fidelity Bank, Johnny Walker, Bailey's, and Ciroc. Chat with you on the next episode of Love Lounge Special.